Hi everyone, this is Fede and I am the host of CultureHeart, the podcast about the internationality of students in Groningen in all its facets. Are you ready? Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Culture Art, my personal podcast where I would like to introduce everybody in the world of the international environment that I have the big pleasure to live and to share during my experience here in Groningen. Today, I have the big pleasure to interview one of my friends and my university colleague. Say welcome to Andrei Alpina.
Hello, everyone.
So, for the first question, I would like to ask you if you wanted to introduce yourself in a few words, something very easy for this exam.
Okay. So, hi, everyone. I'm Andrei. I'm 25. I am from Italy, but I was born in Romania. Then I moved to Italy when I was young. I can describe myself as a relatively kind person. I think I'm funny. I don't know if everyone agrees.
Yeah. I agree.
And I'm the quiet one usually.
So, to enter more in detail about the plot of this interview, I would like to talk about the fact that you born, as you mentioned, in Ploiești. It's the city you told me, if I don't remember not wrong, a little bit quite Bucharest.
Yeah, it is near Bucharest.
Bucharest, the capital city of Romania. So your story, it is an example of the big story of the period of communism in Romania, which is crossing with the own story of normal people, of everyday people that in specific is your family, you and your family that move here in Italy now, because I have always Italy in my heart for this reason. For me, Italy is everywhere. But you moved to Italy, in particular in the beautiful region of Tuscany, when you were very young, a child. So would you like to give me some more detail about this, about your arrival in Italy? How did you arrive? How was the first impact? And in particular, your feeling about this historical framework, so the biggest story that meets with the personal story of everyone.
Yeah. So my father came to Italy in, I think, 1999 or 2000, around those years. And he basically he went there because two of my uncles were already there working. It was the period when Romanian people started to go to Italy. It was a mass migration period. But at the time, they were considered clandestines. So also the fact that he had to go through a lot in order to get the papers and documents to work. It's another negative part of that period. Nowadays, we are the European Union, so it's easier to get all the paperwork done. He moved those years, and he used to go back and forth from Italy to Romania because I was still young. So he unfortunately missed part of my childhood, but that's one of the downgrades of the downsides of migration. And then I moved with my mother. I think it was 2007. The first time I got to Italy was because of vacation. We went to vacation to find my dad. We're over there, and it was the year in which Italy won the World Cup. I've witnessed the joy of Italian people with the World Cup that year. And then the next year, in the start of 2007, I went to Italy and I started school there. And yeah, that's pretty much how it all happened.
Okay, yeah, but a story with an happy ending, yeah, because you are, yeah,
because it has an happy ending because I managed to integrate pretty well, and I didn't have to go back because there are Romanian people moving to Italy that actually, like young people that eventually want to go back. That wasn't my case because I managed to integrate pretty well, and I had no.
Yeah, of course. And in fact, I would like to connect with your last sentence to speak more in detail about your personal experience of integration in Italy and between the two aforementioned countries. Because I know that, and I can affirm, of course, Andrei speaking English very, very well. I have him very much for these sites, of course. And for this reason, I would like to know in which other side you feel to have more benefits thanks to your double soul.
Yeah, so throughout the years, I didn't envy the fact, like I didn't took any advantage from the fact that I was Romanian, apart from one one experience when I had to apply for my Erasmus. I was doing the bachelor's in Italy. I had to apply for an Erasmus, and my grades weren't that good. I wasn't up to date with the studies at the time, so I didn't know if I would have managed to get into the Erasmus project. But I had both. I had Romanian as a language, and also I had a pretty good English certification at the time. So the fact that I had the Romanian C2 certification, so to say, managed to get me high in the graduatories, and I managed to get to enter the Erasmus program. So that was the only time I actually needed the fact that I was Romanian, but otherwise, it doesn't. It hasn't helped me that much.
Yeah, of course. And talking about another side of the two cultures, the two countries, because Romanian and Italian languages are in common the fact that are both two languages derived from Latin. Yeah, so for this reason they have the same base in terms of language. But which are the other aspects that, in your opinion, in common these two countries in terms of huge shades of aspects, culture, music, language, food, whatever you want.
Yeah, the biggest similarity is,
and also differences.
Yeah.
Aspects.
Yeah, but the biggest similarity, apart from the language, I think it's the people. The ways of life are similar between Romania and Italy. I don't know how to explain in which sense they are similar because, I've lived in Romania for like when I was young. So most of the time I lived in Italy, and I could see that when I went back to Romania, there were similar like interactions between people. Yeah, from like you mentioned the food, from a food point of view, there's not much similarity because Italy got the Mediterranean part of the food, we got the Balkan part of the food.
Mm.
So we have completely different foods and things, but we eat at the same time as the Italians. So we don't do like the Dutch eating at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So that's actually good. That was good because I didn't have to change much when I moved to Italy. Yeah, but music-wise, pretty different because there too we have Balkan influences and Oriental influences in our typical music. We also have folk things which are pretty similar to the northern Italy folk music. So yeah, there's not. I can find that many similarities. There are more differences, I think, but similarities.
Sorry, but I have to mention the disco music.
The Romanian disco music.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think that many young people of our generation will remember the hits of the summer hot from Tina Alexandros. I remember.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragoste din Tei.
Of course.
And,
you have to mention.
Yeah, they weren't Romanians though; they were Moldovans. So.
But in the everyday knowledge, the common people knowledge,
they usually think they're Romanian, because the language is the same, but they were Moldovan.
Yeah, but I think that for the sound, this type of music, disco music, could be compared to the Italian disco music. Yeah.
Thousands. Oh, yeah, because the music is. Music is universal. If you do one kind of genre, then you just take some inspirations from there, and you sound the same way, basically. So that's the thing with music.
Okay, so apart from this side that it's important, of course, I think that many people now they are searching for these titles of songs.
Yeah, I don't know. If you don't know those songs,
you should listen to them. I would like to know something better now about another fact. So the fact that you are very passionate, very into the history, the story in general, because you told me that your father he is an eager of this field, and you also graduated as me. You obtained your bachelor in political science in Italy. So aspects that are very characterized by history, connectivity, geopolitical, politics. So many social, political, economics sides. And you try right now, as you of course mentioned me before, to be very well informed about the social and political situation of your native country. Yep. Do you think that the fact that of course, your father is an eager of the history of Romania and the history in general, and the situation that you lived in, the first person yourself, has contributed to increase your interest in this type of aspects, so social, political aspects of the world?
It's
a tricky question, an academic question.
Yeah, it's an academic.
And look like I'm feeling like a prof now.
It's a nice question because now that I think of, yes, in part, yes, because I was when I was talking with my father, I was interested in knowing how people lived in Romania during the communist times. So I used to ask them how was the normal day? What did you do? How was school back then? And it was interesting because there were some limitations from the fact that the regime was communist and whatever, and they had limitations and failed state situation. And he told me stories about that time, and I found the stories interesting. And then I started to look more into history and try to understand some the political problems. I was also I liked geography, so I used to just look at maps and try to remember where places were. So all these things, a mix of history and geography. I didn't know what to do after I finished my high school, so I decided, yeah, I'm interested in the social part of life, and I wasn't that interested in politics, but I was interested more in the social parts of the everyday. And I decided to do political sciences, but I'm still not sure why I did that in the end.
Maybe a mixture of facts or any
Yeah.
mechanism process.
Yeah. But I eventually finished it, and I'm here.
You're here now. And another tricky question, or a question that sometimes people maybe skip, okay? Because I would like to talk about some form or kind of discrimination or form of racism due to the fact that you are bicultural. And of course, you told me that, in a period, Romanian people are not very well considered in the everyday common opinion. What do you think about it? Is something that have you experienced in your skin or not?
Luckily, I wasn't one of the Romanians that got discriminated or had some racial problems. But I arrived in Italy in a period where the Romanians were not seen that well because of crimes and problems linked with the fact that a large number of Romanians came all together in the same time in Italy. So obviously you just perceive them stereotypically and those kind of things. It didn't happen to me personally because I managed to adapt very well to Italy and to school. Basically, the other kids in my class were very welcoming, so I didn't have any problems. I also managed to pick up the dialect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I managed to pick up the dialect.
True.
And the fact that you show that you try to integrate well into a certain environment gives you a better perception of a certain person. So if you do the same thing and you behave like the others, then you can integrate in a better way than don't do it.
Yeah, interesting. No, yeah. I'm thinking about that. It's a very interesting point to thinking about because, of course, it's true. The language is a very powerful link between cultures. Yeah.
Also
important.
Also the fact that, I mean, if you think now why certain people don't integrate that well, I think when you're young, to a certain extent, you also have to, it's bad to say, but you have to depersonalize yourself. So you have to build a new personality based on the place you are living in at the moment, because then you are perceived as one of the people of a certain area or a certain social tissue. And right now, it's hard for people coming from different cultures to do that because they're raised in a certain way and they cannot go back home and show the personalized version of themselves, because then at home you have different environment. But if you want to blend in as quick as possible, then I think you unfortunately have to do it. It's also good that I came at an early age, because if I don't know, if I went to Italy when I was 12, 13, 14, those are the kinds of years where you already formed a certain personality. So it's hard to, I mean, to get to know people and to get to blend in a certain environment.
Yeah. I totally get you, and I absolutely agree. Of course, are very important. When I think that when it comes to this type of fields, it's important to take into account many kinds of elements. Of course, cultural, linguistic elements, also some psychological, social elements. It's important to, of course, analyze the situation in its overview.
Yeah.
And about, of course, the situation in its overview and correct, wrong, very common places about Romanian, Italian. I would like to, you are smiling because I think that you guess what I would like to ask you. I would like to explain a little bit more the most common places for which Romanian are famous in Italy, and the common places that Romanian people considering the Italians one. And also, if you would like to explain a little bit more the difference between Romani, and Romanians people, because I think that in Italy it's a little bit tricky and confusing, the differences and the categorization between these.
Yeah. We Romanians, I think, are known for, I mean, at least in Italy, we have a bad stereotypes. The fact that we drink a lot and we are always drunk like all Eastern European people. We beat our wives and those kind of things, which obviously those are stereotypes. I'm not saying that those things do not happen, because they happen everywhere, even in Italy. But there's this vision that Romania is this kind of place where everyone does whatever they want and we are underdeveloped. And I don't know, at the beginning of the 2000s, it was gypsies, rapists, and those kind of things. Yeah, to swap the things. Italian in Romania, we don't have bad stereotypes about Italians in Romania. We just say that they are gigolos, and that Italians are macho men and go with searching for girls every time, and that but they mix Italy with Spain, and they say that we don't do anything because of the Spanish of the siesta, and they think that Italy does the same with the siesta, and that Italians are every time shouting and doing whatever they want. Yeah, and to reconnect to the gypsy thing, so gypsy is a bad word, actually. They don't want they called like that. So the Romanians are people which are born, live in whatever in Romania. So that's a nationality. Then if you talk about native people. Then if you talk about Romani and Rom, the Romani are like a general, general kind of people originating from India. So historically, the Romani, what we call now Romani, migrated from India, and then they settled in Eastern Europe, and they created their societies and whatever. They were nomadic people, so that's why you can find Romani in Romania, in Croatia, in Italy too. We have them in Italy, the Sinti. And then the Rom are a particular ethnic group of the Romani. So that's another kind of thing. But in Romania, we have mainly the Rom people, the ones that you see, and that's why you can see sometimes that they have similarities with the Indian culture, from starting from the skin tone for the beginning, because that's a generational thing. Also, the fact that the women wear colorful, large skirts and things, that's also came from the Indian culture. But yeah, in Romania, they have bad status. They are protected by laws because they are considered a minority. But yeah, they have a bad reputation because everyone sees them as the ones that are beggars. They don't never work, and those things are true. I mean, that's their culture. They are used to doing this. And for instance, there's the society, the Rom society in Romania is organized by clans. So we have clans of gypsies, and there's some clans that make money by selling iron, copper, and those kind of things, which is another stereotype of Romanians in Italy, that we steal copper.
A chain of stereotypes.
Yeah, there's a chain of stereotypes,
Okay.
but that's true. If you go and look for memes about Romanians, you can see that they think that we steal copper because of the gypsies, because we are put in a big bowl with everything regarding the gypsies. But yeah, you just have to know how to differentiate and to understand what's true and what's not.
Yeah, no, of course, I totally agree with you. Some stereotypes has of every culture, every country has a bedrock of truth. Others, of course, are completely wrong. Are something that I don't know, it's connecting.
No, it's because we as humans, we always have to categorize things.
Yeah.
So if you want to if you don't know something about a certain culture, you have to have categorize that culture and have some things that make you remind that culture, because that's how people are made. So we all, every time we do that. If you think about Americans, you think about the same things because you have those categories set in mind.
Yeah. It's a sort of a simplification.
It's a coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism. Yeah, a way to make it easier to memorize. Of course, completely agree. And I would like now to play a little game about of course, between Italy and Romania. Which do you think should take a bigger steps forward about the field that now I gonna be mentioned? So, and if you want, also give a little score, so you have to judge.
Yeah.
So talking about food,
Yeah.
which you prefer?
I'm gonna give. Italy's a bit better food regard, like 8.5, but I still like Romanian food, so I'm gonna go with a 7. Very different kind of things, very different food. Italian food is slightly better and healthier. Romanian food is all about meat and cooked stuff, but it's good. So when I go back to my grandmother's home, I always like what she makes, so
Of course.
I'm used to.
Reminiscing of your childhood, so
it reminds me of that period.
And about transport.
About transport, Italy is pretty bad transport-wise, but Romania is far worse. So if I have to give notes, I'm gonna give Italy a 6, because I usually got to where I had to go by train or by bus or whatever, even with delays and stuff. But Romania is far worse. I've had 2 experiences with trains in Romania in 25 years, so not that much, but both were terrible. So I'm gonna give Romania a 4. I once had to do 11 hours of train for like 300 kilometers of of road. So
Oh my God.
that was a nightmare. Yeah.
In fact, now you're laughing, but I think that
I
you
didn't enjoy.
didn't laugh so much
I
when
didn't enjoy.
you experienced this. About education,
About education, we have a decent education in Romania. We have a decent education system. Italy has its problems, but I think it's okay education-wise. I think they're both at the same level, partly because you can see that Italian people often go to Romania to study medicine or be a dentist or whatever. So that's because on one side they practice more, so they do more practice than in Italy. On the other side, it's they perceive it as easier. Might be, I don't know. I haven't studied that in Romania, but we have pretty great internet security guys and IT and the software developers. So that's the only good part about education in Romania.
no, yeah, in fact, it's something that I know that Romanian people are very famous to be into the scientific side.
Because we have the fastest internet in Europe. That's the only good thing we have. Yeah.
Talking about a topic that it's very, very common and popular in the everyday and ongoing debate when we talk about climate change, Greta Thunberg, environmental care. You are laughing.
You mentioned Greta Thunberg. I don't know if she's still going on with the.
No, yeah.
I haven't heard anything from her lately, so.
No.
Italy, environmentally speaking, we still have huge problems. We have debates about nuclear power and how we can decarbonize everything, and that's another part of the discourse. But Romania is doing worse, I think, because people in Romania don't actually, in Italy neither, but in Romania they don't have the concept of keep the environment clean. It's worse than Italy. If you go camping, you can see like everything thrown in the woods. Yeah, they don't care because we didn't have there wasn't that kind of culture. I mean, when they put during the communist period, they didn't have that much stuff to throw because they didn't have that much stuff. Everything was Russianized, so you didn't have stuff to throw. So we didn't have a culture of not littering and taking care of the environment. So in the last 30 years, since the communist regime was gone, people didn't bother to learn how to do that. So we are still behind at that chapter. But yeah, I don't know what score to give. It's Italy is slightly better, but that's it.
But very low score for each other.
Low score both, yeah.
And about gender equality and salary?
I don't know about salary. Gender equality, I think, is the same as in Italy for the most part. There are still some issues regarding a stereotypical perception of the woman. I think slightly worse than in Italy, because Italy it still goes back to the communist era. The fact that Italy had a longer time for democracy and for social problems, dealing with social problems, made so that Italy could develop better understanding of the problems. The Romanian, nobody cared about gender equality at the time, so they were giving job to people. They didn't care if that was a woman or a man. So we didn't have that much time to develop like Italians.
And about citizen participation in politics, something that, of course, you mentioned, you are very you are very into. You, of course, your studies, your personal interests.
I think that's the only part where Romania does the job a little better than Italy, because in Italy, at least young participation is not that great. Young people lately don't go to vote, don't trust governments anymore, don't trust politics anymore. In Romania, young people have great participation, and they try to actually be up to date with politics and to know what happens, because the young people that stay in Romania still have hope for the future over there now, because at the beginning of when my father left, there wasn't that much hope at the time, because it was some strange times. But political participation is slightly better in Romania, even though we have huge problems.
Okay, so to conclude, I would like to ask you about a more cheaty side, because we talk about more these very serious and heavy, a little bit arguments. So about social life, entertainment, which is better, Italian, Romanian, 50-50?
I think that they're pretty equal. Romanians and Italians are pretty equal on the fun scale, on the party scale. But this is, you can check it up if you want as a fact. Romania has two of the biggest music festivals in Europe. Wow. At the moment, Italy has 0. So the only thing you have in Italy, we're in Netherlands, if you like dance music or electronic music or techno music, here you have a lot of places to go and people like to party. Italy, they like to party, but they don't do that kind of festivals. We have one festival, one in Florence. I don't know if you know, Decibel. That's the only one we have in Italy. Romania has more those kind of festivals, and it's nice because that makes Romania puts Romania on the map for those kind of events, and makes so that the country can be visited by people from everywhere. Because I've been there twice, and I've met people from Thailand, Pakistan, and Canada, and whatever. So all over the world can come to Romania. So this is a way to get to know the country. Italy doesn't have it. Everyone knows Italy, but if you want to party, where do you go?
For party, Romania 10, Italy 0. Okay, and the last and very quickly question. A sort of a slogan, a suggestion about your, if you want to suggest to other people that are not so into Romania, your native country, to increase them the desire to visit it.
Look it up on Google. Look up places on Google, and you will like it, because Romania, we have a say in Romania. I say that every time with my dad. Romania is a beautiful country, but unfortunately it is inhabited. So there's people in it. But from a perspective of things that you should see or you would like to see, if you go and take a quick look on the internet, there's plenty of stuff you can look. If you like nature, if you like old stuff, because we have a castle.
I know that it's famous, the castle of Dracula.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, exactly. So we have places, just visit it and don't get scared by prejudices.
Yeah, please break the prejudice. Thank you so much, Andrei, for your time. Which is your biggest dream for the future? Oh my God, you are very scared about it. No, in general, the dreams for your future, something personal. Now you're studying here in Groningen. Sorry, we haven't mentioned, but the master of
Great university.
yeah, the sponsor, international relations and the international organization. You are in particular decide to follow the track in international security, isn't it? Yeah, in general, dreams for your future. What would like to?
At the moment, just get done, just get the university part done, get it out of my life for the moment, and I don't know. I try to not think about those kind of things, because then you get the anxiety, the future anxiety part, and I prefer to take it by step.
Step by step. You are very concrete person, so you prefer to do everything with
exactly.
And step by step, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a very big pleasure. And for you, other people, of course, I hope that this interview was very, very handsome. And of course, for the next one.
CultureHeart is a podcast written and conceived by Federica Pontremoli. The music is by Cruisers. Editing and sound design are by Nicolò Motta.